Hello, how's it going? Welcome. It is Wednesday, and I hope you guys had a great weekend. What you guys been doing? Let me get my chat window up. I also have to pull it up after I go live. Let's see here. I was literally running to the camera. Can you tell? So how's it going? I had a pretty good weekend. How about you guys? Did you guys get any projects done? I hope that you guys got some fall sewing in. It is that time of year, right? So let me know if you can see me and hear me. I always like to make sure before we get too far into our project so I don't miss, figuring something out that if you need it. So we're making the Bowline sweater today. Hello! You made a pinafore for your granddaughter? What should I call you? Live, love, and learn naturally. I can call you naturally. Welcome. What does she need a pinafore for? Frederica. All right, I will try and remember that. How's it going? I'm making the Bowline sweater today by Papercut Patterns, which is a really unique pattern today, and a really unique pattern. And it's kind of continuing on our cozy theme. So I hope that, you guys are needing some cozy things because it's kind of getting that time of year. Hi, Lisa. How are you? A quarter. Oh. With butterflies. That's cute. Oh, right. Pinafore. I always get pinafore. I pictured a petticoat, but I know what a pinafore is. Hi, Rachel. How was your birthday weekend? Did you have a good one? Still caravanning, maybe? Hi, Malin. Ooh, pajama pants. Oh, that's just out of bed. That's cute. That's awesome. I mean, kids love go to school in pajama days, so I'm sure that'll be a really, really big hit. I'm going to open this window a little bit more. Perfect. All right, well, I almost changed my fabric at the last second for this because I have this really cool, Italian wool, and I was thinking it'd be really cool to do some, color blocking on this, but I'm going to stick with my merino wool here that I got in my Needle Sharp box. It's very lightweight. I think it'll be really nice to throw on. Look how lightweight it is. Can you tell? I hope my nail doesn't snag it. I have a little snag on my nail. Really nice stuff. And then I was thinking for scraps that I would use it. Do you guys use the little socks like this? The little ones? These are by Smart Wool, so they're actually wool. And I love wearing them in my clogs. Oh, nice, you're home. Oh, that's nice. They are 15 to 19 at her school. Yeah. yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I remember always pajama day. And it's also the easier of the dress up days too, because everyone has pajamas. Well, kinda, Maybe some I mean, I don't technically sleep in pajamas. I do want to make some more though. I was inspired by who was it that just made pajamas? And she hacked a top and made raglan sleeves and a button down and no collar. And I was like, that's what I want. I want something like that. Because I don't want to sleep with the collar, Hi, Polly. How's it going? So check out these pattern pieces. Like this one right here. This is the front. So this is that pleat detail. I could probably sew this all in one sitting if I'd done it before, but I think I'm going to take my time and make sure that I do this detail correctly, especially if anyone wants to follow along. That's cute, Frederica. PJs are just nice. And especially if you want to hang out with people, you're going to stay the night somewhere. It's nice to have actual pajamas for that, Not your ratty old t-shirt. I always pick my nicest ratty old t-shirt when I'm going to be out of town. You know what I mean? All right, well, let's get to it. So it's nice. The pattern is probably very, very visual today. I'm sorry I have so much light on it. The lighting is such a struggle right here in the spot in my office. Let me move this guy here. So here is the pattern we're going to be doing. So you can see that little pleat detail on the neck. It's asymmetrical. And then here's what it looks like. Front view, back view. It's interesting, there's no size chart on the outside of this pattern envelope. You actually have to visit the website. But it is inside the instructions, and you get to DIY or do it yourself, make your own instruction booklet. It comes, I'm pretty sure, on the pattern pieces, pattern printout. I'm not sure I did this right. I feel like this is the back page and this is the front page, so I may have done that wrong. But you do have to put this together, which is kind of cute, but kind of annoying. I hate to say it, but it kind of is. So, just because I was like in a hurry one day, this was a long time ago when I put it together, and now I'm like, oh, I hope I put it together in the right order. There are page numbers on some of the pages, so you can kind of keep track. Make sure that you do it in the right order. I'm just checking right now. So the finished measurement, it's in centimeters on one page and inches on the other. Centimeters for the bust, not finished measurements, but for the size chart. It goes between 82 and 112 centimeters for the bust, and 88 and 118 centimeters for the hip. I am going to make the medium. I'm about a 38-inch bust. The medium is a 39.5 inch. And the finished garment inches are not bust or hip. It's just the length and the sleeve length. So I really can't tell how much ease there is just by looking at the chart. It's a pretty generous medium. I mean, I haven't been a medium for a couple of years, you know. So I'm fine with that. Goes up to, so it goes from a 32.25 inch to a 44-inch bust, and 34.5 to 46.5 inch for the hip. So that's your size range there. So let's see here. I may have to open out this fabric. All right, let's get cutting. I looked at the hashtag. I always do. I always love looking at the hashtag. And I saw this one gal, she made like a little ruffle collar that stood up around the neck edge. Really cute. And then that started making me go, dang, I picked this like rust orange fabric and it's really cool, but kind of wish that I had like maybe picked something a little more like unique. Yeah, it's starting to feel like autumn here too. It's hot upstairs in my bedroom still sometimes because we'll turn the heat on and all the heat goes upstairs, you know. I did not pre-wash my fabric this time. I'm going to treat this like, and I should have, I probably should have at least done what I plan on doing to it. I'm pretty comfortable with fabrics like this, so I'm not too worried about it. But I usually hand wash my hand knits just in my bathroom sink with a little bit of soak. Soak is a brand of hand washing liquid that's, you don't have to rinse it out. Kind of like Eucalyptus. I really like Eucalyptus as well. I actually like Eucalyptus a lot. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of eyeball where, like, how my pattern pieces are gonna fit on here. I'm sure I have enough fabric, but I am a little concerned. This is weird. Why is this not graded here, but it's graded here? Huh. That's really weird. I don't think this is asymmetrical down here. Like these sides. Weird. All right, so let's see. We have enough for that. Usually I do this on my big table. I have a back that's on the fold, and I actually think I can get that even right here, maybe. And then I just need enough of the sleeves. which looks like I have plenty. I'm totally eyeballing it. Ooh, it's gonna be close though. Raglan sleeves always take up a lot of fabric. Hi, Eliza. Hey, Nancy. How are you guys? All right, let's get this big guy out of the way first. Ooh, I can hear the static. Static is my daughter's worst enemy and worst nightmare. She hates static so much. She hates static so much she won't vacuum certain areas of our house. Like, she just refuses. She won't walk into certain stores because the door will shock her. I swear, she has more static electricity in her than most people. Will this fit on my... Dang, this is not gonna fit on my table. What the heck? I may have to pin it on here, which I don't really want to do. Okay. Hi, Ida. Yeah, this is a good color, isn't it? So this was in my Needle Sharp subscription box. It is super awkward to cut things on this table for me when they are kind of big. And it's my last thing that I haven't made from all my subscription boxes. So I will be able to say I'm all caught up now. I was pretty good about keeping up on those, but when it got kind of warmer weather, and because mostly I make everything with you guys, I was like, I can't really make a wool pullover in, April. So, oh, really, Nancy? Your sister had that electrical thing? Yeah. Oh, it's freezing there? Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, Eliza. All right, I'm just checking I'm on the grain. Definitely with something like this merino jersey, I wouldn't want to get it off grain or any kind of weirdness. I'm going to pin it on here since I'm going to have to slide it around on my table, unfortunately. But I already did cut off all the other sizes but mine. So I kind of just trimmed off loosely around the pattern. I rarely do this, don't I? Really pin. I'm also just double checking I cut the right line out. And like this one I didn't cut away yet, so I'm going to put my pin close to it so I know it's that one right there. You skipped the last four, Nancy. Are you liking more of the like wool or like the warmer clothing items that she does? Yeah, Brooke said she skipped a few this summer. She's pretty excited about the that boho dress and the Kirby box coming up. Looks pretty cute. Okay. All right. Look how red I am in the camera. I'm not really that red. I tried to warm up the camera so that the color looked pretty accurate, but it does look pretty hot, doesn't it? But if I cool it way down, it looks weird. Oh, it's rained for over a month and even drowned your car. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's more, yeah, people are either in the dress camp or they're kind of in the dress camp. I'm really in the dress camp, obviously. Oh, I don't know if I can, yeah, I can change that. What am I doing? Yeah, this one. Let's see, let's cool it down a little bit. Let's see, my hand looks a little better. Does that look a little better? Yeah, I know. I have trouble. It's brown paper. Does that look a little better? The lighting is so weird right now. It's weird how it changes, you know? I could have probably stood to put a pin right in the middle. So let's just make sure. We'll just pin it down the middle as well. Let's hope I'm cutting it accurately. You guys can do a better job than I can on this, in this situation. We'll just start cutting it. This is so weird to me right here, that this is graded and this isn't. Why? All right, so I'm gonna try and roll this up like this to kind of keep it like this. It's pretty good. Always awkward, right? Oh, okay, Frederica. That's nice you guys sync up and chat with each other. Those time differences are hard. My husband's really far away right now. And on his last trip, he was like, at one point, he was like, hey, can you talk right now? He was like, we were both awake. He wasn't doing whatever he was doing for work. I was like, yeah. But I haven't talked to him once on this trip. We're kind of funny that way. Like, some couples, you know, they do the whole like, oh, they take them to the airport for every single trip. They talk on the phone a few times a day, and we don't do that. I feel like it came from like, you know, like when Cricket was so little and he traveled a lot, it made it harder on us if he talked with her, you know, because it was really confusing for her, and it was just kind of a thing that stuck. He would talk with her, he would like read her bedtime stories or make them up over the phone. That was about it. All right, so we're here. Okay, good. I'm gonna move this out of the way. The table. And look for my notches. We have one here. These are just your front armhole notches though, so they're not gonna be, you know that's your front. We'll do our center one right here for the waistband. No notches here except right here, and I'll bet these are kind of important. I'm doing the medium. All right, and I think, so this says dart point A, pleat point B, shoulder pleat. So I'm gonna take off all my pins and just leave the pattern piece with it. I'm so excited to sew this. I love stuff like this. There used to be this pattern company called The Sewing Workshop, which I think now there's probably an Instagram and a fabric store called that is not the same thing, because I've looked for this company. I have some of their patterns. I should pull them out and show you guys. I feel like they were based in the San Francisco Bay Area, but their patterns were so cool. They were so advanced in the like way of thinking of home sew patterns, and they were kind of origami-esque when you had to sew them together. They were really cool. Yeah, right. Hi, Carol. Hi, Megan. I know, Megan. I want to see what fabric you got for this. All right, I'm gonna fold up my paper separate. Actually, let's just fold it the way it was in the pattern. Like this, because it wants to do that, right? All right. So here's our front. Ooh, you hear that static? Yikers! What is that? It's one of my hairs. I always associate static with synthetics, but what I'm learning is like I have a silk blouse and I had to get rid of it because there's so much static where I live, and there wasn't when I lived on the coast because it was so damp there, I think, that I had to get rid of it because I could never wear it without it just being like, you know, like everywhere. All right, so let's put this on the fold. Yeah, it does look origami-esque. Nancy, right? See, like when she was younger, I'd be like, "Oh, you're leaving again." It was so hard because I had a business, and it's hard to do a business without a kiddo, And then now it's kind of like it's like not a break. It's not like he's taxing at all, but at the same time, when you have a house of a threesome, especially like her schedule's kind of weird. She wants to eat what she wants to eat when she wants to eat. And I'm a little more relaxed about that. So, okay, so let's see here. Let's make sure our grain line is parallel to this fold here. This is the selvage right here. So we have 14 3/4, 14 3/4. So what kind of fabric did you get, Megan? I know it's white, but that's all you mentioned before. Right, Eliza? You should totally do that. We should have a sewing retreat somewhere sunny and warm. Right? This looks more, but it's optical illusion. Like this to me right here looks narrower than right there. And it's an optical illusion because my fabric is a little bit like this on the table as opposed to the grid. And because of these like little pieces here. So gotta just pay attention to the rest of it. So we'll get this over here. I'm looking at this cut edge right here because this is folded down lower. So let's make sure we're above that. Get this placed on the fold. At least I don't have to pin this one. Oh, cool, Megan. Really lush and soft. That sounds nice. Yeah, I feel like, do you think this is going to be too solid? I feel like I should add something to this, but I don't really know what to add, I don't really have anything in my stash. I'm going to keep these little scraps because I'm really thinking about using them to make these little wool pads that I have for my shoes. I know. Hi, Jane. Are you back from your trip, Jane? I thought I saw your car over there. All right, so, oops, I just threw that in my bin. I'm going to assume these are the notches for the back here. I'm going to notch the center here. I don't know if we need it with this origami thing, but I'm also going to notch the center back waist right here for the waistband. I don't see a notch on the pattern right here, but I'm doing that because center notches are always really helpful. So, oh, really, Megan? Could you dye it? Yeah, that's true, Malin. That's a good way to look at that. Nancy. It's funny because I've read that humans by nature are, they're social creatures and they like being with someone. But that there were, I can't remember all the details. Like, is it that they're not engineered to be monogamous, but we choose that? And then, but that most people like being on their own. I don't know. The whole thing, I was like, this is a long time ago, and I remember thinking, oh, that's interesting. But I didn't really look into it. I know what I like, and I know what I want, and that's, that's what I go by. So, you don't think it would look good dyed? Yeah, right, Nancy. I used to feel that way, like, when my daughter was a certain age, I, kind of poured everything I had, whatever, within reason. I wasn't like a crazy mom, but I would be like, yep, here with you right now. But like at 8 p.m., it was always at about 8 p.m. I noticed this. I would just be like, all right, you're supposed to be in bed. Like, she was pretty good about going to bed and all that. But when she started becoming more independent, like older and not didn't need to adhere to an 8 p.m. bedtime, I'd be like, all right, it's 8 p.m. my time. Like, I just want no responsibilities or people to answer to from now to when I go to bed. You know? Yeah, Malin, exactly. Hi, Veronica. Yeah, Polly, and eat what you want to feel like. Yeah, I would pretty much eat 2 meals a day and snacks. I made this huge recipe of ratatouille on Monday, and my daughter was like the look on her face was, she was trying to be polite, but she was like, so did you make that, for dinner for both of us? And I was like, look, this is how I want to eat. I want just roasted vegetables with basil on top. Like, I really love vegetables and love eating vegetables. And because my husband does most of the cooking, he, he makes whatever he wants to make, and I eat whatever he puts in front of me because I'm very appreciative and thankful that he does that. And if I want something different, I can make it, right? So that's the way I look at all that. And I've been craving this roasted ratatouille recipe I have from a Moosewood cookbook that I love, and it's really easy. You just have to slice a lot, but that's it, and it's just so good. I knew there was nothing in it she would want, but I was just like, this is what I want. For once, I'm eating what I want. You can do the fend for yourself thing. And she was like, okay. I made so much of this, you guys. The one recipe is enough for like 6 people, and I didn't really follow the recipe. I was like, I want more eggplant in this. And now I'm like, there's no way I can eat all this. So I'm freezing it. It's an experiment. I'm going to hope that it freezes well. I should bring some to you, Jane. Oh, right. And yeah, my pets too. They're like, that's a lot of work. When I'm home alone, they're a lot more. You want to complete a thought. Yeah, right, Carol? Exactly. Well, I don't know. She's like, you guys are monsters. Oh, Megan. I promise it doesn't stay that way. Yeah, right, Pamela? Hi, Pamela. I love ratatouille. And you know what, Pamela? I started picturing it the way it is in the movie Ratatouille, with the little, like, chef rat, And I almost made it like that. Like, I found, like, this recipe, and I was like, oh, that looks so good. And you slice all of the vegetables, like, the same thickness, and then you make this, like, roasted tomato sauce, and then you make this basil all like oil type of thing you put on top. But then you have to like slice all those vegetables. They're all like perfect little 2-inch circles. And I have a Cuisinart for that. Like I could totally do that. Or my KitchenAid. They both have attachments for that. But then you had to layer them in the pan in this really like good way. Like I would have just been like, I just didn't have the roasted tomato sauce to make the roasted tomato sauce, so I didn't do it. But I'm gonna do it that way because the way it looks in that movie looks so yummy. Oh, Polly, that's a good. I like that phrase. I have to admit, like my daughter came in my room yesterday morning before I was even dressed and barely out of bed, and she was upset about something, and I was like, no. Go. Because what she was upset about was I didn't have a whole lot of sympathy for, and I was like, yeah, this isn't going to go well if you're in here right now upset about that. I like, no. And she was just like, and she turned around and walked out. I was like, why haven't I ever done that before? Oh, I felt a little bad about it later, but she wasn't upset about it. Okay, so I have my sleeves here. And I still have the waistband, which is on the fold, 2 of these sleeves, and I have a neckband on the fold. And right now, I'm just kind of looking at my pattern pieces because I want to make sure I have enough for this waistband before I cut into anything. It looks like I do because this goes, yeah, all the way that way. Okay, perfect. Perfect. I'm just making sure. It looked like usually the fabric I get in a needle sharp box is plenty to make whatever you're going to make. But because there's only one view, I feel like I don't have as many, I got exactly what I need to make this, which is perfect. I don't like having a ton of extra fabric. All right, so you see this right here? Can you see that right here? See how I'm getting this little fold right here? It's so, like the color is so weird on the screen. I'm trying to look at that right now. It's always weird cutting knits. This is a pretty thin Oh, that's fuzz. Okay. Pretty thin merino jersey. So let's see how my grain line looks. It's already bad enough that, you know, like I play video games and sometimes my daughter comes in, I'm literally playing a video game and like I feel like the tables are turned, you know? Like I'm just waiting for her one day to be like, you're playing a video game right now. But, you know, it's my time. You know, I am off duty, Polly. It's like, this is what I want to do. It's either that or I'd be watching TV, right? So, same difference in a way. Okay. I hate when I only have to adjust it by about 1/4 of an inch. When you're cutting two separate, you know, sleeves like this, the grain line's still really important, but being off that little of that amount probably isn't going to be a big deal. But if I hurry up, we'll be done too quickly too. So I'm just kind of fussing with it. I'm like trying to take a peek, make sure there's no weird cuts, because I tend to get those weird little like cuts on the middle of my things. So I know, Nancy, right? It's just the front that's kind of interesting. This is just a raglan sleeve right here, so nothing too crazy about it. Did you do this one, Nancy? What did you do for this month? I don't remember what the other options were, and I know we were in different boxes. 8 3/4, 8 3/4. All right. Oh, you make yours in a crock pot? Huh. See, I put mine in one inch chunks, and then there's like 1/3 of a cup of olive oil with salt and pepper, and then I just lay it on cookie sheets for like 425 degrees, and then yeah, I bake it or whatever, broil or whatever, I don't know what it is, and then and I turn it a few times. It takes way less time than they say, so I'm always getting like a few pieces that are more done than the others, which kind of tastes good because they kind of get caramelized. The eggplant is so good that way. I've never been a big fan of eggplant, but I like it like this in the ratatouille. And then and in mine I use like zucchini, onions, eggplant, and tomatoes, and red and yellow peppers or whatever. And I just do big 1 inch chunks, you know. And then when I go to serve it, I sprinkle it with Parmesan cheese and chopped fresh basil. So if you ever have like a vegetarian that you're entertaining, this is a great meal because it's simple and hearty, and you could serve it with non-vegetarian items. But the vegetarians will be pretty happy because it's nice and hearty. You can serve it with polenta and keep the whole thing vegetarian. My mom's vegetarian, but the rest of my family isn't. I'm saving all these little scraps because I kind of want to make these little mini socks. Okay. We have our front. You definitely want to make sure you mark your sleeve for your front and back, even if you didn't mark your garment. Be careful with your notches on these merino jerseys too, because this is a knit and it can like snag and run, so you want to make sure you don't get crazy on there. All right, so we have our sleeves. Our 11, it's really easy to see how to fold. I was listening to the Stitch Please podcast, and she has one on getting your patterns back in your envelope. That's pretty interesting because she uses this interesting like paper and tape. So, oh, yours is very soupy. That would be really good. Everything is wool and derma. Oh, it was another dress. Yeah, it's a lot of dresses, huh, Nancy? Did you know, Nancy, that if you skip your month, like you can actually, she has alternate boxes completely. So if you go on the actual website and look, if you don't want any of the boxes from the month, she always has a backup box and you can pick that. So, yes, exactly, Jane. I know, that caramelizing. You got your really hungry Ida. Sorry. I know it's probably late there to eat too, huh? Yeah, now I was pretty excited. And now, like, I was just thinking today that I could actually warm the ratatouille up and then put it in like a really good like bread roll and some like cheese and have a roasted vegetable sandwich. That sounds really good. I just thought of that today. I was like, ooh. Because they're not like flavored a particular way that would make them like Italian or whatever. You know, like they're just pretty neutral flavored. And you don't add the Parmesan and basil till afterwards. So you have some options. I'm no chef. I just was craving just straight up roasted vegetables. And I'm not a big fan of acidic, like tomato sauce and stuff, like on pasta and pizza. But I do like it in the ratatouille. I really like the roasted tomatoes in there. It's really good. All right, so make sure you get the waistband pretty good on grain. It can be, you definitely don't want torquing. All right. I'm gonna need a tape measure to spot check this one. Remember, don't line up your cut edges. They may not be on grain. And I could tell this one wasn't cut on grain. I could tell when it was folded in half still. It was pretty obvious. Don't ever go by your cut edges. Mini socks for people. Yeah, you know, do you know these, Beverly? The little like pads for wearing in your shoes. I have wool ones. They're kind of thick. They're not like those nylons like made out of like pantyhose material. I have those, but I don't really need those as much as I need these. I like these. And I was thinking that, you know, I could make a pattern. I know these are knitted, but I think I could make a pattern and just make some because they're hard to find. You're eating ice cream? Oh, I just made these really great oatmeal cookies. I was in the mood to bake. So I made some oatmeal cookies when I made the ratatouille. And they came out so good. I think I must have used like a tablespoon more butter than I usually do or something because they cooked kind of, they puffed up, but then they sunk and they cooked a little flat, and you can see the crystals of sugar in them, and they're like chewy and kind of crispy on the edges, but still, the texture's perfect. And when I make oatmeal cookies, I make plain oatmeal cookies and then I throw everything in them. I throw coconut, I toast some almonds and I put those in there. I put chocolate chips in there sometimes, and let's see. If you have anything like sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, or other things like that, you can throw those. I put cacao nibs in last time. Hi, Lucy. May I please make a pattern of those? I know, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think it would be hard, right? I think the fold over elastic thing would be the tricky part. And you can see like on this one, when they sewed it in their round, they kind of went over the bump there, you know? This is pretty thin. These are by Smart Wool, and I love these. They stay on my feet. They're comfortable. I even wear them sometimes in the summer, and they're really not too hot. I mean, they can be here. I lost the other one of this one, so it's going to be, this is the thing, they get caught in your clothes or your sheets or your sleeves, and then you lose one. So I try and keep them in like a, now I'm more responsible, and I try and keep them in a lingerie bag because they're not cheap. And, you know, I don't want to lose them. So I have black ones and I have those and I have my black pair. But I was just like darning my black pair the other day and I was like, this is ridiculous. Having one pair of these is ridiculous. I need more than one pair. And you know, you could make some colorful ones too. They're just so, I like that they also, because they're wool, they add more cushion to my shoe. And they don't get like as like stinky as the nylon pantyhose. The pantyhose ones run, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like smart wool too. That would be a good one on the episode with the free making acacia briefs, how to raise the waist and do the elastic variation. Oh, okay. I didn't know Megan Nielsen has an underwear pattern. I didn't know that. How down are you guys for the underwear sewing? Because Christy gave me such a great starter, like stuff to start with making my own. Because she kind of dove into that. Christy's a viewer. And she mailed it to me out of the blue. And then I started putting little bits of knit fabric in there too. Because I'm kind of interested. The Watson bra. All right, you guys have a list. Okay, I get it. Okay. Watson bra. I'm going to write this down, Beverly. Before Megan's all, get your pad and paper out there. I forgot to do Trello the other day, by the way. Scrundleware. Okay. Okay, so acacia briefs. Oops. And then you said Watson bra. Scrundleware. All right, you guys. We might be able to do that next week. I'm totally green on it. Are you guys okay with that? Scrundleware. Okay, cool. What have you made by Scrundleware? Is that a company, Rachel? You've made the Watson bra and so comfy? Okay. Yeah, right, Jane. I know what you mean. That's always how I've felt too. But then people are so into it that I was like, you know, this sounds kind of fun. My serger is, I don't know. I don't think my serger is as bad as I'm making it sound. Hi, Sandy. How's it going? Right, Nancy? She is. Wow. Yeah, she hasn't been sewing for very long. That's what you mean, right? Sewing, not selling. Yeah, I know. She's got the underwear down. Right, Beverly? Yeah. It's pattern name. Okay, Scrundleware's pattern name. Okay. You would like to try sewing them? Okay. Lisa. It's by Stitch Upon a Time? Okay. I'll show you guys. Let me cut these cuffs and I'll show you guys what I have. All right, so if anybody's making this, I'm going to put my sides, the seam for my waistband on the side. So I'm going to put a center notch. I'm going to like overlap this with the seam allowance hanging off. This is the folded edge right here. And then this is my seam. And I'm going to mark the center over here. Right now, well, it's all on my table and it's nice and easy to do. So that means I have a center point here, and then this is my side seams. So that's just my little thing I want to do. I like it when the back seam kind of lines up with your side seam, and maybe they have you sew it that way. They might. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I'm just gonna put the guides so I have them. Anything that makes it easier for us, right? Okay, 2 more pattern pieces. Okay. Oh, wait. The ones legs that you've used on other skirts. What do you mean, like you've used legs on skirts? What does that mean? Oh, a creamy rayon. Ooh. That'll be nice, Megan. Oh, the boxer wear by the time. Okay. I asked my husband if I could make him underwear, and he was like, no. He didn't say it that way, but he was like, he really loves the brand he uses. So I was like, all right. Yeah, me too, Malin. That's what made me feel it, because I was needing some, and I was like, okay, everything I wear right now is made by me except for my underwear and my bras. And some of my socks. Like, I have hand knit socks, and I get gifts as hand knit socks, but I don't really wear socks. I wear those things. Okay, so we have our cuffs here. Oh, see, look at that, how high that is up. All the way up there. All right. Yeah, I really want to find my perfect one too. And I was just about to throw away a couple of bras that are completely worthless. But I was like, ooh, I should save the underwires out of them, you know? And that way I have them. All right, let's do these cuffs. And then we have the neckband. This sweatshirt seems so like classy, you know? Megan, I feel like if the white one, you could really make that kind of dressy. Like, I don't know if you like do anything for holidays or anything, but if you put like a brooch on it, and it could be pretty cool, you know? Like the white, I know what you mean by being nervous about the white. I am with you there. Look at that. I mean, this is blouse. I've worn this twice, and it's already kind of got this bluish tint to it from like when I pre-washed it, you know? I didn't even get to wearing it, and I was already tainting it. All right, so got our cuff and our notches. So much static with this thing. I hope I get to wear it at all. Cricket will be like, nope, no hugs. Let's see. That's a nice big piece. I'm going to use this narrow little strip right here because I'm trying to save my pieces for the socks I was thinking about doing. I can see the grain line on this, so I think I'm going to trim it up right here. And make sure I'm pretty much parallel to that. So this is more like a neck binding edge on the neckline. Oh, you can make a beaded belt? Yeah, Megan, that was me too, actually. I kind of moved on from them, though. They just stopped carrying my size. Ah, right, Malin. I see what you're saying. That's awesome. Because, you know, my favorite thing to wear under my dresses is I like take a pair of leggings and I just cut the legs off and I wear those. But sometimes it's too hot here to do that. And I just use like a thigh chafing like product by Mega Babe. But you can also get the powder gel from Monistat, which is really cool. And it's just the anti-chafing stuff that you put, you know, it's great. But I like the stuff by Mega Babe a lot. I don't know if I need a notch on this because this isn't going all the way around the neck, so I'm just going to leave it. I can always add this later. It's so small, and, you know, nicking into this always weakens it and potential runs. So it's so narrow, I don't really want to have to avoid any kind of, like, spots, just in case. Yeah, right, Nancy? Exactly. Right, Megan, you just need a bib. Oh, that's good to know, Rachel. Are trousers more comfortable or more practical in a wheelchair? I've wondered that. Hi, Jan, how's it going? Power Mesh boy shorts. Power Mesh is synthetic though. And when I'm hot, like, I know it's mesh, so I see what you're saying there, but I like the Power Mesh idea. All right, it's my bad attempt at folding. So yeah, I'm gonna put all my little scraps in my my little wool sock thing. Let me go get my underwear patterns. I'll be right back. Okay, let me move that off camera because the stripes are probably kind of kooky to look at. So far, let me put some of these things in here. So far, these are like scraps of fabrics I have that I could do trials on. I've just been kind of like piling them up. Everything looks so blue. Hearts gave me, so they did a bunch of underwear and bra making supplies for a while, but no, it didn't really take off for them. So they sent me some of the things they have left. So they sent me some really cute fold over. God, the lighting is so bad, huh? Let me see if you can see the red better. There's some cute details on it. Can you see that? Jeez, why is the lighting so bad today? Let me turn off this light. Maybe that'll help. You have the shadow, but that, you know, it helps. Ah, it's practical because of the wind. Yeah, that makes total sense. Ooh, Pamela, that's a good idea, adding the power mesh. Yeah. Megan. Yours says hand wash for your rayon. You might wash a swatch in the washing machine to see. Oh, skirts could get caught in the wheels. Well, I follow the So Positivity. I'll bet you know of her, Rachel. She is in a wheelchair and sews a lot of her clothes, but mostly she does dresses, but she prefers knits. I really like her account. It's one of my favorites. I really like what she makes. It's really fun. Much better with light off. Good. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I have this fold over elastic they said they could give me to like play with things. Yeah, Christy gave me all of her notes, and then she sent me this like folder quick sew pattern, Bravo bottoms, and then she sent me this incredible fabric. Look at this. So she sent me all kinds of stuff. Look at this. I got elastics and then cotton lining and more like picot edging. But then look at this fabric, you guys. It's incredible. Isn't that beautiful? The color is so weird though on this camera. Sorry. Oh, and maybe just use a power mesh as a lining. Oh, cool. You could add little weights or maybe culottes, but I would think you're going for function, comfort, and looks rather than if you can wear a skirt or a dress, right? Yeah, so I have these to start, and then Hart sent me a couple of fabrics or patterns to try. I kind of want to start with underwear first. Budgie Smuggler. Now I really want to get the lighting right. It's just so blue. Why is it so blue? Let's see if... Does this go warmer? It's a little better, huh? Don't you wish you guys could do this yourself? That's a little better, huh? I'm really dark. Let's see. That's better. That's a little better, huh? Yeah, I don't blame you, Rachel. You don't want to worry about that. You know, Jan, I know, exactly. Well, the thing is, it has those options, but sometimes they're not. Like most of the time I have the white balance off because what it does is it makes things pink or it makes them blue. I mean, when I turn it off, usually it corrects it fine. But today I had trouble. I moved my box light on this side of the barrier, and I feel like that changed things. And I didn't have much time to set up today. I'm still going to the hospital a couple times a day to visit someone. So I just was like, you know what? I'm going to set up best I can last night, and it'll be fine. You know? So... I know, Janet, is too pretty to cover up, but I think she meant this to be a bra, so maybe I'll save it. Like, this is This is like all my prototypes, and then this is my real fabric. Yeah, exactly, Megan. Yeah, Jan. See, that's so smart. Because they have like a little color thingy, right? Yeah. And I know like your home device or monitor can be different too. So just trying to calibrate that seems, you know, tough. I know I love this shirt, Megan. I want to wear it every day. In fact, so you guys, if I get through the Bowline really quickly, I think I'm going to cut myself out either another Lucerne or another Scout, and I'm going to sew it Saturday, as long as I don't need to go anywhere. You know, because I want another top kind of like this. I want more tops to wear under jackets. I know that's not fall sewing to you, but it is for me because I'm not wearing wearing dresses anymore. I'm wearing sweaters and jackets. And I need shirts that aren't all long sleeved. All my, like, I have all those Archer button ups and stuff, but it's a little too warm in the car for that. It's cool enough in the building, but it's hot in my car. You know what I mean? Fall. That's how it is. So. Are you going to make it a knit fabric? Which? The Scout or the Lucerne? No, I wasn't going to, if that's what you mean. But you know, that's an idea. I like that idea. Maybe I would make another Bowline just back to back. I could do that. I could actually, you know, I kind of want to make a Bowline. Maybe I would cut that out right now, actually. Let me show you what I have, you guys. I've showed you this fabric. It's been a while. Okay, so I have this, it's this wool knit. It's two-sided. Man, the colors are, so it's got this, it's this teal and a really dark teal. The lighting is so bad today. Ooh, hot cocoa. I know. I think that's a great idea, Megan, making it a knit. Okay, so I have this. Oh, it's a little better. It's two-sided. You can use either side. And then I have the stripe. And I was thinking like the Bowline would be great. So I could do the body and the solid, and then the sleeves and the stripe. You know? Nancy. Yeah, right? Exactly. It's easy in the summer. It's easy in the winter, but spring and fall, all the clothes. I'm really liking the movement of people re-wearing their clothes. I rewear my jeans a lot. Unless I just need to wash them because I'm kind of a klutz. I'm like Megan, all the food goes everywhere but my mouth. No. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And some shirts and stuff I do more than once. Yeah, it does, Jan. It's got a pleat. So just in case you guys joined a little late, I just cut this out. It's called the Bowline sweater, and it has a pleat on the neck that's asymmetrical. This model, her expression on her face cracks me up so much. It's really funny. I actually looked at the hashtag a lot because the way it sits on the right side looked kind of weird. And so I looked throughout, and every picture they have, they didn't pull it down. It's kind of funny. But it doesn't look like that on people. You just bought the box wear pattern. Awesome. I know, Carol, isn't it pretty cool? The measurements aren't on it though. Oops. The measurements aren't on the back, but there's a QR code, and then you visit the website to find out what size you need. Yeah. But But yeah, maybe I would make this. I feel like that would be really fun. This is also a hand wash. Should we do it? What time is it? Oh, it's only noon. Bye, Melin. Have a nice night. I think I will. I've wanted to cut and sew this, so I'll make 2 of them. Of course, they're in completely different colors. I got this fabric from Stone Mountain and Daughter with a extremely generous gift card from one of you guys. I don't know who. It was really nice, and so this will be great. I'll use this, and then I can keep it in something we're making right now. I'm lining up the stripes. Here we go. Line up the stripes. That's the best form of figuring out the grain line. All right. Especially because if you want your stripes to match going on your underarm, you're going to need to make sure they're stacked all the way across. So. Yeah, I think so too, Pamela. I bought these on their website without knowing if they coordinated really well, but they actually do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to line up my stripe like this. Like this. Here's a little, you guys asked for pattern matching. This is a little bit of pattern matching right now, because what I'm thinking about is symmetry, and I'm thinking about, you know, like left and right sleeve don't technically have to be the same across from one another, but visually you will probably notice if it isn't, you won't know why, you know, kind of one of those weird things. All right, so let's do more of it down here. This. So I'm gonna do my best, and so I need to decide, like, do I want my cuffs? What do I want striped? This is always the question for me, you know. Yeah, right, Megan? Like, these will look totally different from each other. And it's, we haven't done a whole lot of batch sewing, but I love batch sewing where you sew the same thing a few times right away, you know, like production sewing. I love thinking that way and sewing that way, personally. Stripes scare you because of this very reason. You know, the thing is, though, it's going to happen. Like, you're going to probably make a mistake somewhere along the line. You'll be so focused on like matching stripes one place in your garment, and you'll forget another place. It happens, and you just can't beat yourself up about it. So with a sleeve, remember this seam is sewing to this seam here, so you really want this point to be at the exact same point on a stripe as this point. That's more important. So we'll just go for this big fat purple one right here. We're not worried about grain line at this point, because cutting it on the stripe, since it's a yarn dye, it is going to be on the grain line. Now, if you are using a printed stripe, you're going to have to choose what you want. You're going to have to choose, like, if it's a really, really small stripe, like this one, you don't need to match that. Look at how crazy that is on the camera. You don't need to match that. Just you know, line up the stripes next to each other and see if it feels like it needs to be matched up for you, what would bug you or not, and then go from there. Because printed stripes, if they're not printed on the grain, can give you a little bit of trouble because you have to kind of choose. I would go with matching the stripe if it's, you know, 1/4 of an inch or bigger, or the stripes are so far apart that you need to match them up. Hopefully it's not that far off grain, you know. Kind of a tricky one. Maybe look at it before you buy it. Yeah, well, this one I'm going to go with the stretch being horizontal. There is more going this way. It definitely has a wrong side and a right side, and I really did consider using the back because I think the back is really cool. I'm really tempted to use the back. Maybe I'll use it for something else. I don't want it to snag more, and I don't know if doing that would make it snag more. Ooh, these would make cute socks too, right? Maybe that's what I should be doing is, why'd that get thick right there? No, 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 no. Okay. I was worried that it was folded under. I don't want to cut in the middle of my fabric. So this is a good way, like, see, when I put that point on that big fat purple line, this point here, you can tell, look at this lined up still on the stripe. I should have checked that before I got to this stage. I'm really glad that it's pretty much lined up. I have cut things like say I just can't get like this matched and this matched because maybe the way it's printed or maybe it got stretched out or the whatever. I will actually go by the line rather than, and then just ease it together. Let's cut this piece off. Front and back. Make sure I got both layers there. Not sure I got both layers there. Okay. I wish I could sew these with the same color thread, but I don't think I can get away with that. That might be a stretch. You've just had more test patterns just hit, so please send food to your studio. That's awesome. You do a lot of testing, Rachel. What kinds of patterns do you like to test? Do you mostly do garments or do you do bags and things like that? I will be looking for test sewers soon for the chicken boots patterns. But it's going to be a heavy duty bag. So like heavy duty sewing. All right, so let's look at the pattern again. So if I do solid on the body, stripes on the sleeves, I think I'll do stripe on the neckband. I think that'd be kind of cute. I think I'll do solid on the waistband. What about the sleeves? Should I do the cuffs? Yeah, well, Jan, that happens to me. You've seen that happen to me. That's happened to me a couple times. I think you're right to do that. If I were at my table over there, I would lay out as much fabric as possible, especially the ones that I absolutely have to get on the fabric a certain particular way. I would lay those out and then cut those out first, and then I would rearrange again. I totally agree with you. You know, and I've been thinking about it, like I could make this table bigger for you guys, but my camera can't show you anymore. It could from the front, but that's about it. Oh, cool, Rachel. You make equestrian stuff to sell? Wow, that sounds really neat. That's cool. What kinds of equestrian things do you make? So I said stripe for the neckband. All right, so let's look at this piece down here for that. So I'm gonna just look at this measurement and just cut it out. I need a piece that is 9 1/4, so 18 1/2 by 2 inches. That's pretty easy. My ruler is 18. So we can lay the stripe right here. Cut a couple inches up like that. And then I'm going to put it at about 2 inches in. Like this. I'm cutting on the stripe mostly. And then the stripe right here. cute little striped neckband. Saddle covers. Whoa. That's some heavy duty. Is that like canvas or leather? Wow. I think I'm gonna do my cuffs in the stripe. What do you guys think? Okay, this is done. Here's the sleeve cuff. These are in the solid. Jan, I didn't even check if I have enough to make this sweater. That was pretty foolhardy of me. Ooh, this is so close. Dang it. Dang it. I could just do a little bit narrower cuff this way. Because this is the cuff, it goes like this. So, you know, use the least amount of fabric as possible then. One cuff. We want it on the same stripes, hopefully. Oh, fleece, okay. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Jan. Ah, that's pretty cool. Wow. I have a friend whose family was really into English style writing for a while. I think they just kind of got out of it. Like, their son is kind of like, you know what? I think I want to pursue some other interests right now. And they're just like doing the, like taking care of their horses. They've been doing it for a long time. This is kind of an awkward. I'm trying to keep it on grain, but I'm also looking at the stripes. I wonder if that cuff was cut as on grain as I think it was. There we go. Okay, so I have my two cuffs. Two cuffs that I forgot to notch. We can do that at the table. We'll sew the red one through, and then the next one will go faster, right? It looks to me like you use a lot of a straight stitch machine on this. In some of the areas, especially like the pleating and the neck binding, but like sleeves to the body, underarm side seam, cuffs, and waistband to the body, those are all going to be used with the serger. So that's my plan right now. And I'm going to use my regular industrial machine for the like details and some of the assembly of that. Oh yeah, Megan? You would have liked to ride? Yeah, exactly, Jan. Yeah, it's pretty pricey. Oh, wow, Rachel, yeah. You gotta take, it's great you can take a break. I'm glad you did. Hope your other half is doing better. Oh, right, Nancy? That is really great about 4-H is that it can give kids an opportunity to do things even if they don't have everything they need. We were in 4-H for a while. Oh, I bet, Rachel. Horses are part of the family. Okay, I keep seeing this, like, you might not even see it. There's like a little wrinkle right here. And out of the corner of my eye, I keep thinking it's lint. That's why I keep going like this to it. All right, so I am thinking the light blue. I'm not sure you could tell. Like, this is more of like, it's a great color. I'm trying to decide if I want this as my body. I could do this on the back and then this on the front. It's a pretty cool color. Really, Nancy? What is she going to lead? I used to be a 4-H leader. I taught knitting and fairy houses. I had all the little kids. It was fun. My daughter did photography. We had a show rabbit. And other things, like she did the knitting and the fairy houses with me. Don't go crazy, Sammy. I love 4-H because of the public speaking and the project management. Like, we never did it for the animals. We always did it for that. And that was really great. Like, she's definitely so confident in front of a group. Like, I mean, she's definitely introverted and nervous and doesn't really want to do things and has her anxiety, like all of us. But if she has to give a presentation at school, the teachers are always like, I can tell she's a 4-H kid, you know? So Beverly, it was that I did the body in dark and light on the sleeves. And I don't know why. Visually, I feel like maybe it's because I feel like I'm used to seeing light body, dark sleeves. It doesn't look bad. It's just funny. It looks funny to me. Beverly, by the way, I think of you every time I put that on. And I'm really liking it. I just throw it over my jammies every day. So, right, exactly, Jam. Management skills are... The project management in 4-H is really great. Yeah. What's a mini you? Wait. She's a mini you. Oh, she's a mini me? No. No. She did those because she'd be like, that'll be an easy project and I need one more. She was a major pain. Sometimes she's really helpful with the little kids. She's so good with little kids. So, yeah, so I have striped sleeves. Do I want, ooh. I don't have, look at this. It's not enough. I'm going to have to straighten out my, I don't know, Beverly, if it gives me a clue. My daughter in speaking. Oh, God, Megan. I don't know. Like, if you met one of my friends, they'd tell you they're really surprised I'm doing this YouTube thing. If you met me in person, you'd be like, you're different. You're kind of, I don't know. I'm a little awkward in person. This is a lot easier. You think the light suits make shoulders? Yeah. I'm trying to decide. I kind of like this color. But do you see it doesn't quite fit? So look. So, I don't know if you can see. So if I put the top of the sweatshirt on the thing, it's that far off. Well, I didn't go through 4-H. That's why when I learned like what 4-H, she wanted to do 4-H, and I don't know why she wanted to do 4-H, but she had wanted to do it, and I think she just had an idea of what it was. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome, let's do it. And then when I learned about what it really is, and it's about project management and public speaking, that's what 4-H is about. People always think it's about raising animals, but it's not. It's literally their mission statement is like project management and public speaking. And I was like, yes, I'm down for that. So, yeah, you know, Beverly, I think I've read part of that book. And it's so true that there's so many introverts behind some of the best things in the world, you know? I'm not saying I'm one of those people. But, well, Megan, I feel like it's one-on-one, you know? But I do feel like I totally get, yeah, Beverly, like that book was really interesting. I read another one too that was really interesting. It made me feel a lot better about being how I am because I was feeling really like it was wrong. Like, because I feel like, because when you meet me in person, I'm very like chatty like this and so then when I'm not like, yo, let's go do something all the time, then I feel like that comes across like I don't like someone, but really it's not that. It's that more I'm like, I'd be waiting for the invitation, you know, and if it doesn't happen, it's fine. I'm fine not going. And that also bugs people. And I was feeling really bad about that. I was feeling like a lot of pressure that I wasn't like people were expecting me to carry everything, you know, like be the inviter, be the person who coordinated, be the leader of things. And it's just because I'm very much like, oh, this needs to happen. Let's just do it. And I just do it. I'm a doer. I don't like standing there. So, that book really helped me go, oh, this is so normal, because I was like, I didn't want to call myself introverted because I can be like this, like really chatty like this. But then what I like learned was like one of the distinguishing factors is, do you need to be alone to recharge your battery, or do you need to be with people to recharge your battery? And I was like, alone. Yeah, exactly. Right, Sandy? I don't know. You know what I'm thinking is I can make it a little, I'm not going to have enough for the waistband. I'm not going to have enough for the waistband. I'm going to have enough for the back. Okay, here's the back. Okay, so I have enough for the back. So that's that. So I have enough width-wise for the front. So you know what I could do is I could piece my pleat together. That sounds terrible. So, right, Veronica? I know. Yeah, and you know another way to look at that, Nancy, is we're better on one-on-one, and we want to have deep, meaningful conversations. That is so me. Like, I literally just left Facebook recently, and I didn't say a word about it, and I didn't even think anything about it. Like, I just was like, okay, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm just going to keep my business page, and that's it. And I was like, it occurred to me a few days later that I was like, you know, maybe I should have said something. But I feel like, oh, no one will notice. No one will notice that I've left. I never post on there, so. Yeah, I might have to do the striped waistband, huh, Rachel? I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is, so it's just this part hanging down right here. Now, I could slash to here and pivot this up so that it was straight. I can make the waistband wider for losing that length on the sides. Oh yeah, Nancy, if you guys ever send me a message, don't do it on Facebook. I don't have Messenger. And I think you'll get an auto reply anyway, Nancy, if you do it through the So Live thing. It'll give you an auto reply just to email me, and it'll be easy. You can just click it. So, sorry I haven't seen it. I'll probably see it then soon. But you can just email me, guys, sosolive@gmail.com. That's one of my emails. And I check email all the time. I can't always reply all the time, but I check it and make sure everything's okay. All right, what am I going to do here? I'm trying to think, like, what are the ramifications if I pivot this out and lose some side seam? It's really rare to see a curved waist like this. Do I just make the waistband wider? Yeah, I only do Instagram and email now. It's great. I have a few Instagrams. I have a personal Instagram, and then I have this one, and then I have my old Chicken Boots one I don't look at. But I feel bad letting it go. I still I have followers all the time on there. It's like almost up to 7,000 people, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm not on there anymore. All right, I think I'm going to, well, you know what I could do, you guys? What if I do this? What if I make the red one and see what I think? That's what I should do. I can always cut this out really quick. Because I would just need, I mean, kind of, I could cut it out really quick. So let's see. I'm going to sew the red one tomorrow, and let's see if I can get to a point where I can try it on and understand. Oh, the Hearts discount code. Yeah, it's SOSO10. SEW 10. And I think the S's are capitalized. Absolutely, ask here. Absolutely. Yeah, don't you guys think? I mean, why not? I already have that. And if I don't end up having, like, I need every bit of it, I can always buy more. Or just use the sleeves with a different fabric. I actually have another fabric those will work with, like that. So I think that's a good idea. That would be the smart thing. That's what I would tell you guys to do. Sometimes I have to do that, right? I have to be like, what would I tell someone else to do? Like, I would tell them, stop rushing it. I know, me too, Jan, but I don't think it'll show because it's a waistband. Yeah. You know? Because see, look. On her, this looks really long and blousy. So I feel like I might be okay. Let's look at let's measure it. So if we have, this is it's hard to tell where the neck is. I actually don't know the seam allowance either, so I'm gonna guess about there. So if that's the neck, like that's pretty long, you know? Plus we have the waistband, so. Yeah, so we might be able to trim this and straighten it out. I'll try the red one first. Yeah, right? Because when you do this, like this, that's going to help straighten it out a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of tough when with raglans things act a little differently. And then this is pleated together. Yeah, and it's at the same angle. Yeah, so cool. Well, I'm looking forward now to trying this on. Not a lot though. Yeah, I agree. No, when I look at this and when I look at their other pictures on their website, there is a lot of blousing right here. And then do you see this right here, how it's like caught on basically her boob? I feel like I just want to go. I think that's just like a funny thing on the picture. Because the same thing on the website. But it kind of, there's a lot going on here. So maybe we'll know better once we sew it. Yeah, so cool. Well, we figured that out. Boy, I was just running forward with those scissors to my wool, wasn't I? Okay, cool. Well, we'll sew this tomorrow. Yeah, there's a line drawing on the back, Nancy. Front, back. And if you look at the hashtag Bowline sweater, there's a lot of examples. This isn't a new pattern. It's been out for a while. So, it's cute. Cool. All right. We decided. I've got sleeves. That's okay. So, yeah, right, Megan? I know. I'm kind of, that's why I'm kind of like, it's nice to have like a pullover sweatshirt. Like it feels like a pullover sweatshirt, but it's got some detail. So it's kind of like, cool. This doesn't look like I'm just putting on a radial sweatshirt. Yeah, it doesn't really, Nancy. It just shows the sewing details, that's all. So, yeah, and I don't have to knit this, Megan, so I like that. I was starting to get into pullover sweaters when I stopped knitting. I have a ton of cardigans, and I was like, you know, pullovers, there's something to be said about just pulling it on and being done. So, all right, guys, well, I'll see you tomorrow. There's a slim chance I may have to deal with some stuff with Michael's grandmother who's in the hospital, but I'm kind of hoping I won't have to for a few days. So if you don't see me, that's why, but I am fully planning on being here. They don't need me during the day, so it's been working out perfect. So you're cutting out your high neck sweatshirt. Nice, Carol. That thing's cozy. I tried it on one more time. On this one, Megan? Ooh. Well, let's see how the pleat is, because you might be able to add it to the, you know, you need it to be kind of come around the neckline, because you have this. I just don't know what's going on under the pleat right there. Yay, Terry! Congratulations! Yay, I'm going to go look. I'm gonna look at those pictures. Awesome! Congratulations! You rock. Good job. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear it. We were there with you, holding your hand. Yeah. Yeah, I know, Megan. Yeah, it'll be fine. If you see me post, it's all okay. And then if you don't see me, I'll adjust the posting. So, right, Rachel? You are busy. You'll do it. See, you know, Terry, that's what I always said about like a race. Like if I did a running race or a bike race or I did inline skating races, like race. I didn't really race. I just entered. I told myself all I want to do is feel like doing this again one day, you know? And that's a great thing. I love that you're like, I'll do another, but not for a while. You want a wrap front hoodie. Megan, I feel like I've seen a pattern for that. Have you looked on the Fold Line or Pattern Review or is it Minerva? Minerva, can you post your projects on Minerva? I need to look at them. And then, what's the other one? Textilia. And what's the other one? Socials? No. Oh, wow, Rachel. Okay. Have you guys been posting on there? I've been looking lately, but maybe not the last few days. I have to admit, I haven't been looking the last few days. I've been so tired lately. That thing's sapped your energy. Well, congrats, Terry. I'm really glad to hear that. And I'm going to look for that wrap front hoodie, Megan. I feel like I've seen one. I feel like it was in, maybe Fair Trade had one. Fair Trade Clothing. She does outdoor stuff. Okay. We need the hive mind, you know, to find the patterns. But I feel like one of those platforms is really good about you can search for something that is like with the features that you're looking for, and then find the thing that you like the best, and then also read people's reviews to see which ones you want to stay away from. So cool. Yeah, Terry, and you posted pictures of your coat on Facebook. Perfect. And Rachel did too. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, happy sewing, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. So hasta mañana, iguanas. And when we'll make this bowline sweater. I'm pretty excited about this, actually. I wish I wouldn't have put it off now, you know? And maybe we'll know more tomorrow and I can finish cutting this out. So bye. Thank you. And consider supporting me, you guys. Like, a lot of you support me. I really appreciate it. And if you want to find out any information about any of the projects we make here, go to the website, soso.live. There's links to all the videos, and it's a really nice, just concise. I know you just want to get on and get off, so I understand there, you know, like making that quick. It's a great place to see every link to the video and any details. So thanks, guys. I'll see you soon. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.